Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this card making tutorial. This is a lovely card we're making today. It's perfect for anyone who loves books as I do. I am a bookaholic. I have books everywhere and I have them all electronically as well. I just love them. So this is a lovely card for someone like me. This is the stamps that we're going to be using for the books, and we're going to be stamping these books, a few of them, so we could actually assemble our little scene or a little bookshelf of books. This would also be a great card for someone if they're passing exams or saying good luck for exams, something like that. So we're stamping here in Memento Tuxedo Black because we're going to colour in using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers. So you can see here I'm stamping a few of the different books in the stamp set, and there's lots of little images in these stamp sets. There's little stars, there's book plates, there's a heart, all sorts. So there we go, and I think that's going to be the end of our stamping. It is. So we're going to start colouring in now using the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers, and I'm keeping to quite a narrow colour palette. This is Balmy Blue that I'm using here, and I'm just going with my darker colour here, just adding a little bit of shadow where I think it'll be just on certain books, and then I'm going with a lighter colour and I'm going to blend that out, and then I'll maybe go back in with a darker colour again just to put back shadows where I've maybe blended it out a bit more than I planned. So yes, you can see me here adding back in a little bit of shadows, and I tend to do this, keep going backwards and forwards till I find something I'm happy with, and then just blend that out again a little bit. Okay, so the other colours I've got here are Pecan Pie, and I'm going to do that because I thought it gave a little sort of a bronze look for some older style books. So I'm just picking some books in each of the different clusters to add that brown to, and then as you saw I went in with the darker colour and then back in with the lighter colour. You can always choose the colour palette that you like, but I went for the sort of more muted colour palette. Though having said that, I did want a little pop of colour, and I've got that here from my cherry cobbler, and I'm just adding that here. And I love this really dark red here. It always reminds me of some of the really dark red of some of those older books where the ink is really, the dye is really saturated, and you get a lovely deep colour on the leather. Well, that's what I was thinking about when I put together this colour palette. So there we go. Now I'm just adding a little bit of wild wheat, and I'm using that here and there, and also my bronze colour, just to add little bits of extras. And I'm sorry if you can hear the wind outside, it is really blowing itself hoarse. Can't do anything about that, so there we go. Now we don't have matching dies for these books. There are dies that match the stamp set, but not for these actual books, so I'm going to just fussy cut these out, and I'm just using my little spring-loaded scissors here to do that. And I've got it on fast forward so it looks as if it's much easier than it really was, but it isn't a difficult thing to cut out. I'm just keeping my scissors at a 45-degree angle and moving the paper rather than moving the scissors. Right, we're ready to assemble. So my card base here is Night of Navy. That's a standard A6 card base. That's a A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of basic white that's going to go in the centre. And then I've got a piece here of the Countryside Inn Design Series paper to go on the front, and they both measure 14.35 centimetres by 10. But don't worry, all those measurements will be on the blog post, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. So now I've got a piece here of basic white, just a strip, I think it's about 5 centimetres wide. And then I've got a piece here of the Country Lace Designer Series paper, and I've just taken a small strip and I'm just putting it across the bottom of my white strip, almost to act like the bottom of a bookshelf. So there we go. Put that aside for scraps. And now I'm just going to stick this to my designer series paper, and this is where we're going to build our little scene of books. Okay, so now some of our books will be stuck down, and some of our books will be popped up on dimensionals, and I'm going to be trying to be careful not to put two images together. Sometimes I'll flip images upside down if I can, and I'll just move them about until I find something that's pleasing to the eye, a combination that's pleasing to the eye. I should be saying, if you're enjoying this video, I would be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's really useful. And there we go. So now I'm going to just stick this one down flat, as you can see. There it goes. And then I'm bringing in my other pieces here, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to put where. Some of these I'm going to use the baby mini dimensionals, some I'm going to use the larger dimensionals. You can see here I'm flipping the book. Some I've got on my side, some I've got lying down flat, so it just gives it a bit more interest, and it doesn't look like a repeated stamped image. Well, that's what I was hoping to achieve. So there we go. And then I've got these last little ones here. Put some baby dimensionals on the back there. And then I'm going to fill in that little gap there. Lovely. Perfect. So now we just need to get our sentiment. And for that I'm going to use one of our sentiments from the ephemera pack. And this is the Saying Something ephemera pack. And the sentiment I'm going to use that I've chosen is Here to You. And now I'm going to use my edges just to pop this up on some dimensionals. Your edges are always good dimension, don't waste them. Use everything on that sheet, it's all dimensionals, it's all good. Edges are brilliant for sentiments like this. There we go. So there's the card, and there's the one we made before. So as I said, thank you for stopping by for this card making tutorial featuring the For the Books stamp set and dies. And until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.